Hi guys, our today's topic is tracing changes through 1000 years. Let us move on to our topic. Our first topic is new social and political groups. For the historians, the studying and knowing about this 1000 years, that is from 700 to 1700, has been a huge challenge for these historians. Why it is a huge challenge for the historians? We have studied the ancient period in grade 6, where that it was a huge challenge for them because they have the evidences, they are studying the archaeological evidences, they are studying about the literary records, they are studying about the religious texts. They are able to get some information, but there are no much changes happen. But when it comes to the period of 700 to 750, there are many changes, many new discoveries happening, new cats emerged. So changes in the political scenario, changing in the kingdomship, all these things occurred during this 1000 years of period. That is the reason why historians consider this period of changes as a huge challenge for them to know every change which happened at every corner of the subcontinent has to be recorded when we are studying about the history. So, let us see what are the major changes. First one, Persian wheel. Second, spinning wheel. Third, firearms. Fourth, new foods and tastes. Persian wheel of invention for agriculture. Persian wheel of invention for agriculture made the agriculture more profitable. It made more comfortable for the farmers. The second major discovery what we have is spinning wheel. Spinning wheel in weaving. So the weaving of the cloths also become very comfortable and easy with the discovery of spinning wheel. And we also have the firearms. Firearms discovered, then we have the new foods and new tastes coming up during this period, like potatoes, corn and coffee. So all these things, how the new varieties, new set of ideas, how tastes coming in this 1000 years of period. So when the changes are occurring, here we need to understand that the transformation is going on here, one period or the other period. And why? There is a lot of chance for transformation during this 1000 years period only. Why not happen because this period? Because there is a great mobility. There is a great chance for moving of the people, the discovery of sea routes which brought the foreigners to our country through the sea route. So, through this, many new country people came to India or the Asian countries, looked at the immense wealth which is available in the Southeast Asian countries and got attracted to this wealth and came here. They spread their different tastes to us and they took our spices and all these things to different countries. Like this is the commodities exchange, the business transaction improved and the mobility, the movement of the people became very easy even compared to the previous times. So that is one of the reasons why we have these many changes or movements happening during this period. So the changes which happened at somewhere in Persian were able to be traced in India. Also because the people are moving from that to here and coming to the establishments or coming up of the new castes. The Rajputs, Rajputra. Rajputra is nothing but the actual word meaning from Sanskrit is Rajaputra. Rajaputra. The king is the son of the Rajaputra is son of the king, the son of Raja, becomes the Rajput. So they started to establish their control over the periods for many years. They worked under different monarchs and different king as the cavalry or warriors as the leaders of the army. Commanders of the army maintaining a small group of army, and finally they established themselves as they belong to the Kshatriya clan. Clan is nothing but family, and they all the warrior experts, very skilled people in the cavalry arts. So this made them to establish themselves as Kshatriyas. Though initially they were not the kings or the rulers, They worked under different monarchs, but finally they were able to establish their control or the local regions such as people or Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, etc. Then our next topic is regional and empire. We have a Sanskrit prasasti. The prasasti means nothing but a poem which describes about Delhi Sultanates, which describes about Delhi Sultans Ghiyasuddin Balban. Ghiyasuddin Balban, who ruled from 1266 to 1287 AD. So he ruled for a period of 21 years, and Pragasti praises him, saying that he had established control over the region from Hanzi in Afghanistan to east till the Bengal and down till south of India. So entire South India, North India and even Pakistan, Afghanistan were under his control. At that point of time, there are so many kingdoms which are already established. The small kingdoms, some grew into establish their large empires but couldn't be so stable and successful as all the others. So one such kingdoms were Cholas, Khalji dynasty, Tughlaq and Mughal. So now we come to know in the south, in the Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, we have Chola's influence. We have Khalji's influence in north. We have Mughal's influence. So all this can't be traced to say that all the dynasties were very successful or all the dynasties were in this period of time. That is one of the reason why during this period of time, that is one of the reasons why historians still consider this one as a massive task to describe that this medieval period of time history and the Pragastis give us information to the Ghiyasuddin Balban was one of the undisputed rulers of the point of time, but was able to rule a very vast empire. They also have the rulers like Chola, Khaljis, Tughlaq, in the down, the south, were having their own small kingdoms. So we get it to an idea through this Pragasti or anything that there were rulers also present, different kingdom are also present along with the existence of the massive empire of Ghiyasuddin Balban of Delhi Sultanate rulers. So that's all about today's session. Thank you, students.